Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a 5 favorites video for you. This is where I sit down and talk about the 5 things I loved the very most over the last month. I love monthly favorites videos. They are some of my very favorite to watch, and I wanted to try and implement those on my channel as well, but I have to be honest, sometimes my favorites don't change a whole lot. I am a creature of habit and I use a lot of the same products over and over again. So rather than kind of artificially creating a huge list of things, I decided to narrow it down to 5 things and talk about maybe 5 things a month. We'll try that for a while because I definitely can find 5 new favorite things every month. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about my 5 very favorite things from the month of January. I do have to say, I have 5 beauty products, but I did throw in one bonus product at the end. It's actually a hair product that I wasn't going to mention, but I've been loving it so much. I feel like it wouldn't be a real favorites video if I didn't mention this product. So let's go ahead and start with the beauty products. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is something that I have fallen in love with all over again recently, and it is the Chanel Vitalumiere foundation. So this foundation I've actually had for a couple of years now, which I think is kind of disgusting. But because it's Chanel, I just can't throw it away. And it's one of those foundations that I just save for extra special occasions. Like, this is the type of foundation I would wear like on my wedding day, but I already got married a long, long time ago. So I save this for like very special occasions. But I love this. And I've been using it a lot lately because I know it is getting close to probably going, well, it probably has. Honestly, it probably has gone bad, but I know that I need to use this up rather than just completely throw it away. So I pulled it back out recently and have been using it kind of regularly. And I just love this stuff. It is so luxurious. This was actually a gift to me from my sister. It's a very expensive foundation. I'm not gonna lie, the idea that I'm putting Chanel on my face when I wear this definitely gives it a little bit of extra favorite power, but this stuff really is just fantastic. So this is a Moisture Rich Radiance Fluid Foundation. I think those are 2 perfect words for this foundation, is moisture and radiance. It definitely feels very hydrating on my skin. It gives me just that very subtle glow, not like a greasy glow, just my skin is just plump and hydrated kind of glow that I just think is really beautiful. It has medium buildable coverage, I would say, and it just wears really well on my skin. I absolutely love this. I am going to be very sad when I run out of this very soon because, I don't know. I don't know that I can make the splurge on a Chanel foundation quite yet. I'm not quite there yet, but this is definitely one that if I bought a really luxury high-end type foundation, this is probably the one that I would buy. So now that we have the high end out of the way, I'm actually looking down, and most of the other products that I have to mention this month are kind of the totally opposite end of the spectrum. They are all drugstore, and I actually have one item here that was $1. So we'll hold that one off to the very end. But the next one I have to share with you guys is the e.l.f. Warm Bronzer. Now this is just one of their kind of quad bronzers that has the kind of a blushy tone shade, a deeper bronze shade, a golden bronze shade, and then this little bit of a highlight shade here. This stuff is beautiful. This has actually been a long time favorite of mine, but I have kind of been accumulating a lot of bronzers lately, and I just kind of forgot about how much I love this one. But I recently did pull this back out and used it, and when I was driving in my car, sometimes, do you guys ever find that when you're in your car, that's where you discover like whether a makeup product is good or bad? There's something about the lighting in a car that's it's usually good lighting, but it's very like nothing can hide type of lighting because there's just so much natural light when you're driving in your car. So I noticed this on my cheeks and I just thought, wow, like my cheeks look fantastic today. They just had the perfect amount of color, a little bit of bronziness, a little bit of glow. This just gives you the most beautiful sun-kissed look to your cheeks that is beautiful in the summertime, but also in the wintertime, it looks so great when your skin is kind of starting to get really pale, like January, February time, when you are just desperate for some sun on your skin. You're looking a little bit pasty. This brings a lot of life and color back to your skin. I love this stuff. I also do have the golden bronzer shade as well, which I do love. It's definitely a lot lighter as far as the amount of color that it's going to put down on your cheeks. I would consider that one a little bit more of like a highlight slash blush topper, but I just think this is such a good product. I know they do still sell these at the drugstore, I believe. I think I recently saw this one at my local Walmart. I highly recommend this. If you guys have never tried this, definitely give it a go because I think they're only like $4 or $6 and they are just so beautiful. So the next favorite of mine, I actually only recently kind of discovered. It's been in my collection for quite a while, kind of gathering dust and being overshadowed by some of my other favorite brow products. This is a brow product. But recently I started using this again, and I saw a significant difference in my eyebrows. And this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is the teeny tiny pencil that they have. I know a lot of people have compared this somewhat to the Brow Wiz, which I've never tried the Brow Wiz. But this is just a very microscopic, I don't know that you can see that, but just very tiny, tiny brow pencil. Now the reason initially that I kind of gave up on this brow pencil is because, I mean, even though it's drugstore, it was still, I think, like $6, maybe $7. And honestly, partly because it is so skinny and so tiny, and I mean, I've used a little bit of it, you can see, but I have not used this all that often, and I feel like it's almost gone already. I know that this shows how cheap of a person I am, but there's just something that was hard for me to swallow. When I saw how quickly I was going through this and I had only used it a handful of times, I kind of put it aside thinking, man, like $7 for 7 uses, I kind of felt like. Just seemed like a high price tag to pay for a brow product. I know saying that the Brow Wiz is probably significantly more pricey than that, but I did recently begin using this again, and I was just amazed at how much shaping power this has for your brows. I usually just kind of throw something in my brows, and I've always felt like if there was one feature on my face, well, there's a couple features on my face that I think could be improved upon, but the one thing that I think I could use a little bit more skill in is my brows. I feel like I naturally have good brows, but I don't quite know what to do with them or how to really work with them properly. But I have been using this lately, and I've noticed a huge difference in just how well shaped my brows look, if that makes sense. Like, I really like my eyebrows to look kind of not stark by any means, but just well shaped and kind of fluffy. This product really gives you a lot of control. It lets you draw kind of individual brow hair strokes, which makes a big difference in your final like brow look. So I still think I'm used to using my e.l.f. brow pencil that's $2, and I do like that pencil, but it definitely doesn't have the control that this one has. So this is definitely one that I think I will consider repurchasing again once I run out of it, even though I feel stupid saying it was expensive, because I know some of you might be laughing at the fact that I think that it was expensive, but for how quickly I used this up, I think it was a little bit expensive. So my next 2 favorite products are lip products, and the first one is a Milani Color Statement Lip Liner. This one is in the color 04 All Natural. This is everything that I think a lip liner should be. I have a lot of lip liners that I really enjoy and that I think work pretty well, but a lot of the time I find them slightly on either the too stiff side or slightly too waxy or slightly too creamy. Like, it's hard to find one that is just that perfect happy medium. I really think that the perfect lip liner will have a little bit of all of those things, and this is exactly that. It has the perfect amount of creaminess, the perfect amount of stiffness, and the perfect amount of waxiness. Very easy to apply, but it's also very long wearing. One thing that I've noticed lately, now I definitely have a lot of fine lines around my lips, and I'm noticing more and more of them, I feel like, every single day, which is so frustrating. Anyone that is over 30, I can probably feel my pain. But just as you get a little bit older and you're having to work around those fine lines around your lips, I think it's important to line your lips because your lips just start to lose some definition as you get older. But it's hard to line your lips and put product on your lips that's not going to either skip over those lines or sink into those lines. And this one just works perfectly. It doesn't settle into those fine lines, but it kind of almost blurs them out. It just makes my lips look better than any other lip liner that I have used in a very, very long time. I definitely recommend this one. I know that these are available at several drugstores, but if you can find this lip liner, I highly, highly recommend it. So the last product that I have to share with you guys, I was a little bit self-conscious maybe to share this because it came from the dollar store. I don't know that there's maybe like 2 other products that I've ever found at the dollar store that I thought were like could become staples in my collection. I'm sure most of you that have tried dollar store makeup will probably agree that there's quite a few duds at the dollar store. But I recently did a video on some items that I picked up from the brand Beauty Benefits, and this was their lip gloss. This is in the color, okay, they don't put colors on theirs. Of course they don't put colors on theirs, right? I mean, seriously. This is in the color Made in China. That's what it is. So this lip gloss, there's a couple of things I have to say about it. It's definitely not a luxury lip gloss by any means. There's a lot of things about this lip gloss that remind me a little bit of play makeup, partly the smell, partly the consistency of it. It has it's actually really comfortable consistency, but it feels very much like I remember play makeup kind of feeling it. It definitely doesn't have the consistency of some of my favorite more luxury or higher end glosses, but it is just beautiful. It is really, really pretty on the lips. This is just kind of a very neutral kind of peachy pink shade. I'm gonna swatch it right here for you guys. I don't know how well you can see that. It's got a little bit of a subtle shimmer in it, kind of a gold, like a tiny, tiny gold reflex in it that just looks so pretty on the lips. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more on right now. It's what I'm wearing on my lips. And I seriously think this is so, so pretty. It definitely doesn't last long. I mean, it's from the dollar store. What do you expect? It's not going to last long, obviously, but I've actually been reaching for this quite a bit lately. I threw it in my purse and I am surprised at how much I've been using it. If you want something that's just going to look very natural and nice on your lips, you can wear this on top of lipsticks. You can wear it on its own, and it has actually a good amount of color. I can't deny it. I have to mention it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not being honest with with what I've really been using this last month. Okay, now it's time for my bonus item. Now this one I know is not going to be very interesting or applicable to most of you because it's a naturally curly hair product. Did I say that? Yes. I am kind of on a lifelong search for magical products for naturally curly or wavy hair because I have been dealing with this hair for a very, very long time. There are a lot of products out there that work pretty well for naturally curly hair, but most of them have some sort of something that's just not quite right. But this is one that I picked up this month. This is the TG Catwalk Curls Rock Curling Cream. I'm a huge fan of like a curling cream. This is the type of product that I usually use in my hair and recommend for anyone that does have natural curls or wave. I find that they work the best at shaping your curls while providing a little bit of hold without your curls being too kind of crunchy like a hairspray or a gel would do. But I think this stuff is fantastic. I really, really have been loving this. The thing that I love most about this particular product, you definitely notice that it is a little bit more concentrated. And usually what I do with a curling cream is I'll usually kind of get my hands wet before I put the curling cream in between my hands. And then I'll distribute that through my hair to kind of tame the frizz and shape the curls. And although I have a lot of products that I do that with that work pretty well, most of those are from the drugstore. Most of them don't last very long in my hair. Usually they only provide that kind of mostly frizz taming ability for maybe a couple of hours. And then I either have to just have frizzy hair, which is what happens most of the time, or reapply it. But this one actually lasts a very long time in my hair. It leaves my curls very defined and shaped throughout most all of the day. It gives a good amount of hold, it controls frizz, and my curls are still pretty touchable. I will say it is a little bit stickier than some of the other products that I use, but I think that's why it works so well. So if you have naturally curly hair and you're looking for a good kind of styling cream, I definitely recommend this one. I think it's totally it's a little bit higher price tag, but because I don't have to reapply it so often, I feel like it's worth that higher price tag because it's going to last me quite a bit longer. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your favorite products this past month were, or if you have any recommendations. I am always up for a good suggestion. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys on board, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.